Do you struggle finding the right chords for your vocals? No worries, today we are talking all about vocal chords. In a non-medical kind of way. Recently a friend of mine told me my background looks like way too dark and kind of lifeless. So after crying for about an hour Finding the right chords for a vocal is pretty difficult. So you are not alone. You got your free vocal from Splice or Vocal or ripped online somewhere else. And you need to find the right fitting chords. And because you are a musician, you turn to me. There is a pretty easy way to figure this out. So the vocals I am going to use are from Nito Ona. I'm not sure if you know her, but she is a French singer from France. And she recently made the mistake of releasing a couple of them for free. So I'm gonna use them for this video and I hope she will forgive me. If you try to find the BPM from any sample, what I recommend for you to do is you're gonna listen for cue points. And cue points are points where you feel like there is something hitting there, right? So in this case,
I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop.
And there are certain words, like for example,
the candy shop,
which has a bit more weight. So candy shop and
lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop.
The don't there, right? These are really important key moments for this vocal. So what I tend to do is I try to line them up with grid lines. So let's cut this off right there.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop.
That sounds so gross, holy shit.
Candy.
I'm gonna turn on the metronome and I'm gonna just play with the BPM until like these key points kind of work on the grid line.
I'll let you lick the lollipop. I'll let you lick the
lollipop. I think that should hit a grid line.
Go ahead, girl, don't.
And don't stop again, like should hit a grid line. So let's try this, like make this one hit there.
Candy shop.
And turn the BPM, or sorry, the metronome on.
Candy shop. I'll let.
No, way slower.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick the
feels a bit slow.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you...
Not yet.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa. I'll take you to the candy shop.
Hell yeah. So let's assume it is 100 BPM, which is pretty fucking slow. Let's see.
The candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa. I'll take you to the candy shop.
I feel like this song is not about candy. Okay, so now let's figure out the bassline. And for bassline, we should first figure out where it changes. Those changes also happen on the same key points as we were trying to figure out with the BPM. Alright, so candy shop and lollipop and don't you stop. Those are like literal key points and we're gonna focus on them. A lot of the vocals you can find online are labeled with a key. And not just Nito Ona, but also Vocal, Splice, on-point samples, whatever, name it, all same problem. They are often accurate, but not often enough that you should actually rely on it. Let's grab a piano.
I'll take you to the candy shop.
So there are a couple of techniques and one of them is just literally trying out all the notes there are. And that sounds like a lot, but there are only 12, so even that technique shouldn't take too long.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick the candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. I'll let candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop.
So I literally tried every single note out there that would maybe fit, right? And
candy shop.
This F sharp, like, it sounded pretty cool to me, but I wasn't really sure, because sometimes there are two or more notes that kind of fit, but not really sure, right? So what you then do, just try everything. You just try everything, right? So you select it, shift, arrow key down or up.
Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop. Candy shop.
The C sharp also, like, it sort of works, but I'm not entirely sure about it, so
candy shop.
F sharp definitely works for me.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick go until you hit the spot. Whoa.
Okay, so this honestly kind of works, which is kind of fun. But let's try to see if there are other notes that work. And we're gonna just focus on the key point in the vocal. So in this case, and in a lot of cases, it just happens to be on the like actual measures, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But it doesn't have to. Just focus on the key points in the vocal, like where you feel like there is more emphasis on the tone.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop.
It's not necessarily wrong, but it feels kind of overly done.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead. Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop.
So this is something else I do a lot, and you see me like move a bit on this, and that's because I honestly like it's not just for show. It is a little bit for show. It is not just for show. I need to be involved in what I'm doing. So that means that if I listen to this,
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop.
I am involved. I'm really focused on this. This is why it is so hard to explain what you're doing while you are doing this. This is also why it's so hard to do this while someone else is watching, because you need to focus. And then once you sing a note like, it's easy to find it back, right? And if you have just now press another note, it's really easy to get back to it, right?
Lollipop, go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
So the moment you got the bass line, it is really easy to make the chords. And if you don't know how to make chords yet, welcome. Chords are really easy. Chords are basically two or more notes working together to create a nice harmony. And with two notes, I mean two different notes. And with different notes, I mean different. So if you use an F3 and an F4, they're both an F. And it counts as one. To actually make chords, we need to add notes that work together in a nice harmony. And for that, I tend to go up. So for minor, I count up 2 first, then 3. I skip the notes, that's what I count, right? I count the spaces in between the notes. The reason why I count the space in between the notes is because it's a smaller number than if you count it with the notes. And so it is way easier to recognize when you do a lot of it. And also, I suck at math. So that's major and minor. Right? Minor, major. Major, happy, minor, not so happy. So when to use what is a bit of a more difficult question to answer, because it relies on 2 factors. 1, your fucking mood, and 2, everything else. So you have probably heard of a scale before. A scale is a bunch of notes that collectively we agree sound good together. And they are often around 7, 8 notes, right? So for example, so a lot of Western scales do not have 3 notes stacked on top of each other, like we in the Western civilization find this revolting, unless it is blues or jazz or early hardstyle or just funky. So what I mean by stacked on top, I mean in a lateral sense. So if I would make all of these minor, because I am sad, like this for example, you can kind of look around and see notes like this that are all stacked together in a layer of 3, right? If I would compress all of this like that, you would get an E, an F and an F sharp right on top. And that just sounds lovely. So what we try to do is we try to resolve this. However, you cannot move this note, you cannot move this note. You cannot move the lowest and the highest note of a simple triad chord like this. The only note you can move is the middle one. That dictates if it's major or minor, like we just discussed, right? So to solve this, we should move this note. So for example, if I move this one up, you see there are only 2 notes right now.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop.
Hell yeah! There are of course a lot of exceptions, because why wouldn't it be easy?
Candy shop.
But let's do this for now and see where we find problems. So again, this is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or like 1, 2, 1.
Candy shop.
Now this one is weird. This one could be either there or there, depending on my theory.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the...
This is where you should use your ears.
Candy shop, candy shop.
So right now these chords will work for this. However, it sounds flat and dead, and these are what I call zombie chords. Also, this is not how any human would ever play a piano. This transition is specifically is quite jarring, like it goes from up there to down there. So what I often do is I invert my chords, and inverting is pretty much playing the same chords but in a slightly different way. And remember when I said an F is still an F, right? Harmonically, right now, nothing has changed. The only thing I did is I moved something up by an octave. So if you focus on this C sharp 4, now it is a C sharp 5, right there. So right now, harmonically, nothing changed, but it does sound different.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot.
And you can play around with this endlessly.
Candy shop,
just selecting different notes and control arrow key up or down.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Candy shop.
This to me is such a simple way to make your chord sounds way nicer.
Candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. I'll take you to the...
So this is my entire approach for finding the right chords underneath the vocals. And to be entirely honest, like, I get it is a struggle sometimes, but if you just try any note, like, sooner or later you will figure it out. And the moment you get the first note right, it is way easier to get the rest of it right, as long as you listen back. Like, just to recap, like, the way I got this first note was by skipping to there and listen with this approach.
And in my mind,
ba, ba, ba. I get there are people amongst us who still are kind of clueless, like, how do you know what note to sing? I don't. I don't know what note to sing, but I just start singing. So I just want you guys to just practice more with this, get a bunch of vocals, just spend a night to just try to work this out. Take your time, and if all else fails, hit me up on Fiverr. I might be able to help you. For the people who like to have a personal guide helping you through finding out how to make music, I give private one-to-one lessons where I talk into the microphone and the webcam to help you with your projects. If it sounds interesting to you, hit me up on Fiverr, see what I can mean for you. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great night, get some sleep. It was a pleasure to be your host once again. Until we meet again.